السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العظيم. Brothers and sisters, our ICI community members, Assalamu alaikum to everyone, inshallah, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to keep everyone safe, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help everyone go through these difficult times and make it easy for everyone, inshallah. We also ask Allah Azza wa Jal from our loved ones, those who are sick, to provide them and to give them sound health, inshallah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. And from our loved ones, those who have left from this world, we ask Allah to grant them maghfirah and the highest abode in Jannah, inshaAllah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. From the Quranic lessons today, we will be talking about the signs of hypocrites. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions in the Quran many places about the evil acts of these categories of individuals. Now, these categories of individuals were not those who were found in Mecca in the early days of Islam, when the migration of the Prophet ﷺ happened from Mecca to Medina. In Medina, along with the difficulties that they were receiving from the people of Mecca, the Muslims had to deal with another categories of individuals. And these categories are this category are known as the hypocrites, munafiqeen. Now, Allah Azza wa Jal mentions about these munafiqeen, إن المنافقين في الدرك الأسفل من النار. That munafiqeen will be given the most severe portion of the hellfire. And the reason why this specific punishment has been dedicated for the hypocrites is because the type of action that they have committed and the type of behavior that they had lived upon in this life. We all need to understand that this dunya, the world that we live in, this is Darul Amal. It's the place where we do actions. It is not Darul Jaza, where you have been given compensation of your actions. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the judge of every individual's action. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us responsibilities. And when a person deviates from those responsibilities, either he comes into those who are denying the truth, or they are from those individuals who show that they're not denying the truth, but in actually they are denying the truth. So those who are vocal about their denial, people know them, and they are known to people as well as they are known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But those who are not vocal about their denial, they are not known to individuals, but of course they are known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allama Sabuni mentions in Safat al-Tafasir the definition of munafiq. يخالف سره ظاهره, that his inner conscious, his inner behavior is against his outer behavior or outer actions or his apparent. So his whatever he shows, it's against what is found inside him. And these are the most dangerous category, and they are the one who will be given the worst of punishment from all the punishments that will be given to any categories. And that's why Allah says, إن المنافقين في الدرك الأسفل. The munafiqeen will be in the lowest portion of the hellfire. Why? Because they have done the most severe action. And in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has dedicated an entire surah of the Quran, an entire chapter, Surah At-Tawbah, where Allah Azza wa Jal has talking about the munafiqeen, and then another surah which is named by the munafiqeen, Surah Al-Munafiqun. And Allah talks about it in a very detailed manner about their behaviors, about the way they dealt with individuals. And Allah explains in the Quran about their characteristics, about their qualities, who they are. Now, of course, nifaq is something that is hidden, that is not apparent. So that's why the fuqaha have mentioned, Lamashami has mentioned uh, in his book Fatawa Sham, that it is not allowed for anybody to um, say to another individual that you are a munafiq, right? Similarly, it's not allowed who is a believer to tell him that you're not believer, because these are things that are only between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and that individual. However, you can explain or you can identify a behavior of an individual and say that this behavior is not a behavior of a believer, rather it's a behavior of a munafiq, right? So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said in the hadith, Ayatul Munafiq, a very famous narration found in all the books of Sahih, that the signs of the munafiqeen, the alamat, which are the signs of the munafiqeen, إذا حدث كذب وإذا وعد أخلف وإذا اؤتمن خان. When he speaks, he lies, right? When you talk about lying, lying itself is a very severe a severe action in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam said, Inna rajula la yakdhibu, a person continues to lie, hatta yuktaba inda Allahi kadhaban, until Allah writes to him that he is a greatest liar on the earth. Now we have to understand lying, it has many forms, right? To hide something that is right and to make it apparent something that is against it, which is the opposite of it, that's also lying. Lying in statement, in behavior, in doing things, right? To report something different than what actually happened, that also is considered lying. So it has many forms, and then lying can be by actions, it can be by statement, by behavior, and it has many forms, and all of that Quran explains and tells us to stay away from. The second sign that Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam mentioned is وَإِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ. When he commits to something, he breaks that commitment, he betrays or he takes away himself from that commitment. That I will do this for you, and then you completely ignore it, or at the time when it comes to deliver, you don't deliver, right? So you promised on something. Let's say a person made a covenant, or he made a pledge that I would do something, right? And then he goes away. Also, وَإِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ, when a person has been given a commitment, when a person gives a commitment regarding delivering certain things, and he doesn't deliver, this is also against going against your own commitment, and this is going into the category of munafiqeen. Um, and then there are many other options that you can add to it. People make commitments to jobs, people make commitments to um, different categories, and then after that, they turn themselves away from that commitment. And people do it very casually, right? You promise something to certain individuals or certain person, and you say that, okay, we will do this for you, and then casually you go up and you do something else. Now, many of times people who they have been given certain responsibilities, they have been given certain criterias that they have to follow, and they have to deliver on those criterias. And due to the authority that they have, they go against that authority and they take away that scenario from people, or they go against their words. At the end of the day, we all have to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This world is a very temporary world, right? No one has come here to live forever. No one is going to live here forever, right? And every action that you do, you will see the consequences of this in this dunya, and then you will see the jaza, the reward or the punishment of it in the hereafter. So that's why, as an individual, we have to make sure that I am not one of those individuals that are going against the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or going against my words. Why? Because ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. Allah says not a single statement comes out from the mouth of an individual except that there is an angel attached to that statement which records every single thing that you are doing. And at the end of the day, you will see the results of it in the hereafter. In this world, you might get away, right? In this world, you might have a very aggressive or very better way of doing things. But eventually, this will come back to you, right? Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said in the hadith that and Allah also mentions that in the Quran, ما أصاب من مصيبة إلا بإذن الله ما أصاب من مصيبة فبما كسبت أيديكم ويعفو عن كثير. That when a calamity comes to you, right? When a calamity comes upon you, many of times or a lot of times that calamity is due to what your actions, what you have done. So if a person has been in that behavior and tomorrow, let's say he goes into some kind of illness, or he loses someone that he loves, or a calamity comes upon him and he goes through difficulties, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that, this is a lot of it has to do with your action. Because remember, when Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam was going in Mi'raj, the journey, and he saw something was going from the ground, from the earth to the sky, and something was coming from the sky back to the earth. So he asked Jibreel, what is this? What is this exchange that is happening? And Jibreel replied that these are the things that are going from the earth to the sky. These are the actions of individuals. And things that are coming from the sky, these are the decisions. So Allah Azza wa Jall's decisions, they are coming based upon the actions of people. When your actions become right, the decisions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes right and they become healthy and favorable. When your actions are wrong, then the decisions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are otherwise. So Allah Azza wa Jal says, whatever you get in this world is majority of the time is what you have brought it upon yourself by your own behavior. So we have to be very mindful of this, before we do something. What can be, if I can think about that my action either is going to bring me closer to Allah or it will take me away from Allah. Am I earning Jannah through my deeds, or am I earning hellfire through my actions? And the third thing Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam mentions about the sign of a hypocrite is وَإِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ وَإِذَا اؤْتُمِنَ خَانَ. That whenever he is being trusted with something, maybe it's money, maybe it's position, maybe it's something that someone has given him. Khana, he betrays. He doesn't deliver the way it's supposed to be delivered. And Allah Azza wa Jal, to begin myself, to ourselves, before we point at things, before we point at individuals, we have to. Our life is an amana. Our health is an amana. Our wealth is an amana, right? And everything that is attached to us is an amana. Right? And then after that, whatever is being given to us for us to deliver, it's an amana. Right? Our children is an amana. Our relationship, our spouse is an amana. Right? Our parents is an amana. All of these are amana of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah wants us to deliver it the way Allah Azza wa Jalla has made it mandatory and obligatory upon us. So as believers, we have to go towards that path which is beloved to the Almighty Allah, and stay away from that path which will take us away from the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my brothers and sisters and respected community members, this is a very serious matter, that our actions are very important, especially in this difficult times that we are living in this uncertainty that we are living in, and people are, passing away from this world, and every day when we see the numbers of the people who have been found positive and they have died because of the virus, this should make us remind our death that tomorrow, when today one person is dying, al-mawtu wahidun wa asbabuha mukhtalifa. Death is one. It can be many reasons. It can be many things. So we have to be very mindful about this, and we have to live on our life according to the way Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to live. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to the path that is right. We ask Allah to save us from the deception of shaitan and the temptations of our nafs. And we ask Allah to accept from us and give us the ability to practice upon what we hear and what we listen and what we talk about. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakumullahu khair for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.